Equifax had that big old thing where they was doing that big old payout because they got compromised and whatnot, right? Not everybody went online and filed before the deadline to get their cash settlement.
Right.
Could you negotiate a bump up in credit score in lieu of the money? Because for some people, that's better than money.
Okay. That would be nice.
Okay. Right. That would be really nice, actually. It's not going to happen, though.
Okay.
No. I mean, now that we're in the vein of negotiating, yes.
I have a question about this. You talked about it the last time you were here, and I went on because you've been getting my credit all the way together.
Come on, credit.
Yes. So Experian has this Experian Boost situation, right?
Right.
So when you add whatever account you are paying your utilities or your wireless bill on, you can get somewhere between 5 to 15 point boost on your Experian credit report.
Right.
But they don't accept every bank. So I went on to try to I want my boost, right? So I went on to put my information in, and I've been paying my utilities and wireless bill and all of that.
Right.
But they only accept so many banks, and my bank isn't under.
It's not under.
So what do you do?
So what he was talking about with the Boost program that Experian offers now, that you can actually get credit for paying your utilities and your cell phone bill. But you have to link your bank account to your credit account.
Yeah.
So what she's saying is, you know what? I didn't even know that there was a limitation on accounts that way.
And there are 8,000 banks that they recognize so far. But my bank, which is a business bank, entertainment business bank, is not recognized.
What in the world?
So what?
You're not one of the 8,000.
And I'm like, 8,000 banks? I'm sure I should be under here. And I go under there once a week to try to find out if my bank has now been added.
I would chat with them just to see what you have to do to get your bank added.
Got you.
Yeah, I would definitely chat with them.
But do the Experian Boost, guys, because you get a few points just, out of nowhere.
Right. One more thing. So if anyone's having challenging managing your credit card payments, you realize you can ask your credit card company, you can pick the date that you want your payments due.
Oh, the closing date?
Yeah, or your payment date. So if you have a bill, one's due on the 4th, one's due on the 12th, one's due on the 16th, you can ask for all of them to be on the same date. So that way, if you're having problems managing it, everything is just due all on the same time. So you can call Capital One, you can call American Express and say, hey, I need my due date to be whatever date that is of the month.
Is there a limit to how many times you could change your due date within a calendar year? Because I know sometimes
it is not a strategy. I'm glad you said that.
No, because with some companies, like, you can't make multiple changes.
It is not a strategy just because you're like, oh shoot, I'm behind this month. No, it is. You want to line it up, and yes, there are going to be some limitations. I'm glad you said that, but it's not. It's not the hustle.
Okay, cool.
It definitely.
But speaking of that, Jini, okay, so for some people, putting all of their bills due on one day is not good.
Right.
Because you taking all my little cash, right? So I need it spread out a little bit. So if that's the case and you're that kind of a person, how do you know what order to pay down, like, your credit card debt? Like, how do you know, like, okay, I should do the Capital One or do the Amex as a higher priority or do the SunTrust? Like, how do you know which one you should do first?
If your strategy is to pay your debt off, if we're not just talking about making your payments every month, what you want to do is you're going to pick one of your credit cards. So you have 4. Mm-hmm. You have one credit card. You're going to say, this is the one, everything extra I'm going to put on this one card. The other 3 credit cards that you have, you're just going to make the minimum payment.
Okay.
So whatever that one is, it could be the one with the smallest balance. It could be the one with the highest interest rate. It doesn't matter. But the other 3, you make the minimum payment. That one, you pay as much as you can. You pay that one off. Then you move down to the next card. And you just do them one by one by one.
Gotcha.
And you can do that with credit cards, but you can do that with medical debt. You can do that with any other debt that you have, but you have to throw as much money as you can to this one particular bill.
Gotcha.
And that way, and you got to stop using them too while you're doing this, though.
Right.
You can't pay them off and be using them at the same time. It just doesn't work that way.
All right. All right, so now let everybody know if they have any questions, how can they reach you?
Okay, so if you have any questions, you can reach me at Jini Thornton. That's JiniThornton.
There it is. What's your social media as well?
Yeah, that's it. Jini Thornton.
Jini Thornton. Hey,
Yes.
Jini, thank you.
Of course. Happy to be here, Rickey.
Hey, happy to have you. Hey, we got Hair Crank got his hip hop spot coming up next. What you got, dog?
Man, listen, Power is back, but has it lost some of his voltage? Tell you about that coming up next. Week's My Morning Show.